everyone, hope everybody's okay. I'm coming on to do this pop-up box card, if you will. Just show you how I construct mine. I'm just trying to move this. I've got a sheet of acetate, not that you can see it, but I'm just trying to move it out my road for a minute. So I have cut out and whatnot all my components, and this is going to be the easiest thing. But yeah, it looks so difficult, but it's not, it's totally easy. So to start with, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 10.5 inches by 6 inches, okay? And you're going to score it at 2.5, 5, 7.5 and 10. So that means you're going to end up with 4 pieces, excuse me, that each measure 2.5 inches, okay? And then you're going to be left with a little 1/2 inch one here, okay? Now I want you to turn it to the short side, and you're going to score at 3 inches down your first panel, your second panel and your third panel. Do not do this, don't score across this back panel, okay? So you're just scoring across the 3 panels at the 3 inch mark. Okay, you're definitely not going to do these. Okay, so that's what you should be looking at. See the way we've got our 2.5 inch score lines? Okay, and then we've got our 3 inch score line going across all 3 and stopping at the end of the third one. Okay, and now all I'm going to do is take 1 inch off the top of them 3. So I'm just going to bring in my trimmer, and we're just going to take 1 inch off the first 3. Okay. Not even 1 inch, to be honest with you. 1/2 inch maybe. Yeah. I'll take off 3/4 inch. That's what we're going to take off. So I'm coming across my first one, my second one and my third one. Okay, and I'm stopping there. You can see that plain as day in my trimmer. I am stopping at the third score line. Okay, so I'll just move that out the road. So now you can see what I've done. Okay, so I've only gone across as far as that third score line. Okay, and I'm just going to cut that off. Most people are put off by these cards because they think, oh, I can't do that. Then I'm just going to notch in this little 1/2 inch score bit that we've got. Okay, so it looks like, let me get that out the road, so it looks like that now on the end. Okay, then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to snip up all these top lines. Okay, that's all I've done is just snipped up them to free them up. Okay, now turn your cardstock so you have that little 1/2 inch to your right hand side. Okay, and I've gone ahead and I've cut all my DSP that I need for my panels, and I will give you the measurements for these in just a second. Okay, so these are my panels. So bring in one's ruler, and these measure 2 6/8 by, I'm sure they're 3 inches, by 2 7/8. Okay, 2 6/8 by 2 7/8. You need 3 of them. And this big panel, you're going to want 5 7/8, and that should be 2 6/8, and 2 6/8. Okay, and they're all going to stick there. So we'll bring out our glue. And they're just going to stick on and give us a lovely little border. Okay. I'm just waiting for the nurse from the hospital to ring me back. She rang at 8:10 this morning, and of course I hadn't switched my phone on. So she decided to leave me a message, and all she said in the message was, "I'll ring you back." Okay, so that's what I'm waiting on at the minute. They're thinking of changing one of my injections because it's affecting my liver function. So that's what's going on with me. That's all the shenanigans I've got for you. Could be worse, could be worse. Notice the way I've not burnished any of me score lines yet. We're going to do that now. Well, in a sense. We're going to fill back these 3 tabs. Okay. And just give them a little burnish. Now we've got our 3 pieces of DSP that's going to go on there. Okay, and these all measure 2 6/8 by excuse me, 1 7/8. So 2 6/8 by 1 7/8. By 2 6/8 I just mean one little notch over the 2 1/4. Okay, and they're just going to go on there, and again they're going to give us a nice little border. So what has everybody else been up to? Are you making the most of this World Card Making promotion? Stocking up on all your necessaries? I know even if we don't need them, we still get them, don't we? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fix this, because Mel's just realised that she's left it too long. You're just going to bring it down to the 3-inch mark, okay? So all I'm going to do is take my scissors, cut up my score line, I'm going to knead it down to about there. Okay, so that's what you should be looking at now. Okay, now what we're going to do is all our score lines, we're going to fold them all and give them a good crease. And the reason I've done it by 10 1/2 long is so that it was equal increments, because I know people who do these box cards and they do silly things like 3 1/16 or 3 7/16, and well, you don't have to. That's why I chose 2 1/2 increments. Okay, so this is going to come round like that, hence the reason we didn't want to fold and binge our back panel, and Mel went and put her back panel on the outside instead of putting it on the inside. You put yours on the inside. Okay, so let's get some glue on here. You can use tape. Now while I'm holding that, you're also going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that measures 2 3/4 by say 1 inch, and you're going to do 1/4 of an inch score line on either end. Okay, that should have took now. So you're going to do 1/4 of an inch score line on either end. You're going to fold one forward and one back, so you get something that looks like that. Okay, and you're going to do that to 2 pieces. Okay, now on these ends I'm going to use tape because I don't want this video dragging on. in case Claire rings me back. At least we caught it before I started going yellow. Like an Oompa Loompa. And that song's going to stick in your heads now all day, isn't it? You'll all be cursing me by tonight. Because I'm sure we've all watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's it go, Oompa Loompa dippity doo. So it's going to drive you all nuts. So I'm just burnishing these to make it easier for me to lift. Not that anything is easy for me to lift. Okay, so there is our base of our card, okay? So we are going to take the covering off this tape. And the reason you have made them score lines, one going forward and one going back, is so that you can fold your card to fit it into a normal envelope. Okay, so we're just going to burnish that one to make it stick down. Flip it over and burnish that one. Okay, I'm going to do exactly the same with the other one. You can put as many, depending on how full you want your box, but don't forget, the fuller you make it, the thicker it will be. So it will cost you more in postage. Okay, so one back and one forward. And we're just going to put that in where we want it. And again, burnish it down. Flip it over and burnish it down. Okay, so this is now where your acetate comes in, because I know you can't see it, but it is there, you can hear it. I'm just going to cut a couple of strips off. Now I have this acetate, these are our window sheets, and I also have construction acetate. Now, if you're going to be making longer strips, I would go with the heavier acetate. But because we're only making short strips, I'm just going to use the Stampin' Up! Acetate, the window sheets. Okay. And I'm just going to cut a few strips off and then cut them strips down. Okay, that should do me for now. If you don't have acetate, then you see if you get stamps and they have clear packaging on, that is acetate. So you could use that. And I'm just cutting mine about about 2.5 inches. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to bring back all my cut out bits. That's all of them. And you're going to want some glue dots. Static. My God. All I'm doing is putting a glue dot on the back and I'm attaching my acetate. Oops. So glue dot on the back. And there was a thingy of presents there. Some of these I used the die to cut out, and some of them I just fussy cut out of the Santa's Workshop designer paper. That should have been behind, but oh well. See. So I'm just sticking my glue dots on the back. Anything big like this, which is going to be heavier on the acetate, I would put on the back strip, purely because if it's going to bend, it can't go any further than the back of your card. So she will go on there if you like. I'm just working my way through them all and putting my glue dots on. Let me see what I've got left, because I need some for these panels going round. Okay, so I'm going to start with my back, the back of mine, because I want to see what length I want to put stuff. So Again, if you want to use your red line tape, that's entirely up to you. Okay, I'm just using glue dots. And you just sticking them in like so. Oops, I stuck to my nail then. Okay, now we're going to come towards the front on this one. This would be a lovely child's card, but you can do it any style you want. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It could be anything you want, a pot of flowers, anything. It's all the same principle. All constructed exactly the same way, only you would change up your decoration. I've got one left, so I'll put him down there towards the back. Didn't want him covering Mrs. Claus. So just fiddle. Okay, now we're going to decorate the outside. So I'll come to this side first. That one can go on there. I'll use wet glue. And I'm going to cut that bit off because it's annoying me. Okay, over to the other side, and we'll use this one. Okay, we'll put our Santa on the very back, I think, seeing as I messed up, and put my DSP on the outside. Okay, so there's our card at the minute, and we need to put a sentiment on it. And I think I will use that one actually. This is out of the Signs of Santa stamp set. Okay. And I'm using the official seal of Santa. That's not my Whisper White piece I brought in. I'll use this one. So I'll get my Call Me Clover. And I've not got my mat underneath, so I'm just hoping that I've caught all the ink. Okay, that's our official seal. From the big man himself. And this is 1 3/8 scallop circle punch. Just trying to get it evened up. Nope, Mel, the wrong way. Okay, and I'm going to take my 1/2 inch punch out some sparkles. So we're going to layer them two up. Like that. I'm using wet glue because 9 times out of 10 the foam pads or what have you don't like to stick to glitter paper. That's why I'm using wet glue. Okay, now I can pop it up. And of course, if you hadn't put your DSP on the back, that would be where you would write your greeting. Okay, so there is our pop-up card, box card. There's top profile, and there's the front and your side profile. So I hope you give that a go. Honest to God, it is not as hard as you would probably think it was. As I say, you need a piece of cardstock that measures 6 inches length, width by 10.5 length. Okay, you're going to score it at 2.5, 5, 7.5 and 10. Okay, then you're going to turn it to the short side and you're going to score it at 3 inches only down to the, only through the, up to the 3rd panel. Okay, because you don't want to score across this back panel at all, because you'll just weaken it and it'll end up like this. Okay, so, and this will fit in a normal envelope. You might have to make one for it actually, but you can fold it either way because we've done those fold lines, and as soon as the recipient takes it out of the envelope, it will just pop back up into place. So I hope you give that a go, and let me see what you come up with. So that's today's project. So take care everyone, and take care of each other, and I shall speak to you all soon. Bye.